Hi, evening. I'm African Crypto Warlord, and we will be having a quick scouty routy with regards to XRP. As we can see, is our bandwidth getting whacked? No, we're good. Okay, so as you can see, we were discussing this 5880 region in our previous stream, which was about 6 hours ago, 5 hours ago. So just coming into this, let's just quickly look up on the 4 hour here, what's going on. Okay, so we've come off, we're playing in our second Laplace distribution level for the daily range. We have our daily reverse wave trend coming in here. We have a 4 hour reverse wave trend over here. Okay, this is this one will be set to each time frame. You'll see it will start to hug. Okay, so we set that up. We were looking for a little bit of a trappy in here. To be honest, I was expecting a little bit more to the downside with regards to how well this was taken out. This obviously threw a lot of data out. Okay, so what we're going to be going to look for is it going to mean revert above the daily second Laplace distribution. Okay, so our reverse wave trend has opened up, and as you can see, we snuck in here. There's someone who maybe panicked in a bit too hard. It blew through our monthly volatility range in the top here, so it seems like we'll be fighting for a region up here for now. If we do hit this band to the T, it does mean we do set a lower high. Oh shit, sorry. With all these wicks going on, if you let's take that out for the equation. But the general idea being is if it does hit here, you will have set your lower highs from your wicks, but with the general market structure, without all of these slippages, you should be good for at least another tap to see what happens. And then do we get governed again by this monthly volatility range? Let's go looking for what our volatility has to say. So from here on our on our let's say smooth Pearson correlation, we started to move from significant negative correlation whilst expanding, so that was pushing us down. Okay, even though some of our indicators will be saying up, you want to wait for perfect mean reversion and for things to start to turn around. And you can see when they started to turn around, this guy on the 15-minute got slapped. That's our point of mean reversion, came off a bullish div. So what we'll be looking for here is this is going sideways and this is going sideways. So what that's telling me that the market is a little bit confused with regards to what's going on, which means that this current price action with our returns oscillator, you could say over here, coming down, means that this could actually maybe turn into a support, given that there's a little bit of at least a good sell wall that was put in here. Push him out of it, he has to turn it into a buy order so he can cover as little percentage loss as possible. Flipping the book. Okay, so this would be a good place to defend the flipping of the book over here. We are going through our mean reversion point on our reverse wave trend. Okay, so seeing as the market was going sideways on the 15-minute, let's see if we can get any ideas or hints. So we're looking for a little outlier event, which this seems to be this is the top of our reverse wave trend. So to come in and touch this would not be unexpected. We have high time frames coming down, so we're going to be entering into an outlier event. Let's see if this is random. Sorry if this next shot is a bit messed up. We cool. Returns going negative. We're losing our trend. AAE, our variance is popping off. This is going to become quite random. So what would be something that would stop price action from being random? Well, a level that seems to really open and close candles to like near the T. Unfortunately, you know, these will be good points for you to figure out, are they random? Let's go test. And then we turn around. You know, these are little quicker scalps for plays. Okay, we can watch that. Drop it onto 3 minutes. So we got some expansion to the downside. Cool. Let's watch this level hit. Okay, so this is going to mean revert. That's also going to mean revert, so I'll be looking for a little bit of a trend change coming up, at least the fight. Even though this is saying take the short, but I can see that we'll be shorting into here. Still have to blow through this region over here if you were to start trying to mean revert this below here, right? So to me, from what I can see, is this second drive has to turn back around, come with a third drive, maybe even a low low to put a lower high, and put in a bear div, and then it can hopefully strike through here if you're a bear. If you're a bull, you're sort of safe. I don't want to put probabilities on it because I don't really know them mathematically, but to me I would be like I have a higher weighting that this is going to hit here and line up with our outlying event being this region over here. So the 5 minute will be coming into this as well. So 5 minutes on our outlier. So then we can run in, print the next one. So we have that in 5 seconds. So now we're going full random mode. Okay, cool. Is our randomness turning around? We're going flat, so we're on the top of the reverse wave trend. So this will be the first point where bulls can start to try and defend. So that's on the 5 minute. Let's see what it looks like on the 1 minute. So we've got a whole bunch of HVPs flashing at the moment. We've got returns going positive, contracting, also expanding. That's causing our negative drift into this region. So I'll look for this to touch. I'll look for that to cross down, and then that will start our positive drift if this carries on contracting. And this is our touch. This is the outlier event. Not yet an outlier event. Okay, cool. So returns have overextended. Now we're closing in. So this did touch through. Our APP is fully extended to the downside. So this move is sort of over if this stops flashing. So we've got our first cross in. It would be ironic if we'd at least touch in here, just to see if they are capable of turning something around. That looks like a good enough wick. Okay, there we go. Cool. Then we'll pull up in, and sure, there'll be a lot of confusion if they close this above here. So that confirmed our outlier event, pace it off. We're just pretty much heading straight back up to our 1 minute reverse wave trend. That's gonna touch. Okay, so we're a bit short on our reverse wave trend. If it bounces down a bit more, and then pumps up, this thing will line up with there. So we need a little bit more bearish action to drop this needle. I'm starting to look a bit overextended already just in this pullback. So I don't expect this to follow through. So now we've come above our higher time frame. I think this is 45 minutes low length period. Okay, so that did extend high. So what you can see is that these tools are pretty accurate. That would have been what, 1.2% of your time. If you're able to catch bottom, maybe retail trading fees as your 0.8% to the upside. And then you can buy just here, and you can make your 1%, or you figure out where your trading fees are off of its drop. Make your 1% for the day. Yeah, I love these tools. I hope this is like a great example. Everyone's panicking. Just dropped it in on the 1 minute, surfing around on the 45 minutes, dropped it in on the 1 minute. Does that help us defend on higher time frames? Let's get rid of that. Ooh, let's just go see our 3 minute. Are we random? Did we break out of it? Okay, so we hit the level, and we started to turn around. Okay, so it's still, the market's still a little bit confused. Let's look for, let's pop it up on like a 15 minute. Let's see if these guys are moving in the same direction. Okay, so these guys are still quite flat. So they're trying to figure out if they want to correlate. Let's zoom in on this. Okay, so that's up and that's up. What price action? Yeah, okay, cool. So ideally, if this thing closes on a 15 minute above our reverse wave trend on the 15 minute, these things will be positively correlated, maybe just for one more candle, and that could get us into a region like here. Turn something around like that. There we go. Now we're moving in the same direction, into positive correlation. I'm glad we didn't have to wait too long for that. Okay, cool. Returns are positive. Now we're starting to trend, so our entropy is telling us that we're not moving we're moving out of a random market. The closer we get to this point, the yellow means it's random, blue means it's trending, like the trending market. So when it's blue, you'll see that these candles are blue. When this is yellow, you'll see that these candles are yellow. These tools are absolutely nuts. Okay, so we're flashing on AAP over here, so we are really pushing for quite a bit of a move if they want to get out of here. But you could say it's exhausted. Is there ways that they'll be able to be building bull div? So we have one formed. That could do it. But that is so hard to be turning returns oscillators around in these regions. But in market conditions like this, anything can happen. Okay, so that's going down, and that's going up. This is going to cause a little bit, this is going to hold negative drift. Okay, so this guy is holding negative drift, this guy is contracting and negatively correlated, which is going to give us positive drift. I do like to put the weighting with regards to drifts on the Shannon Entropy and our Pearson correlation. I like to use our AVZ for just knowing points of significance, so I can mark this off. It's like, okay, cool, this thing turned around, it saw the level, I saw the level, everybody saw the level, we're happy to go. Yeah, so I hope this was a cool, interesting little dip and dive on. Let's just see what it completely looks like and where we have pulled up to and out of. Okay, so drop like that. So yeah, so we'll be playing around now with our reverse wave trend here. Let's go see what our 1 minute. It's literally just data sets. It doesn't matter what time frame it's on. It's gonna do the same job and do the exact same thing for a whole week. When it gets to the weekly candle, it's gonna do the same movements on the hourly. I don't know, there's traders that like to look for patterns in the market, you could say. If you like patterns in the market, just know that this thing does what it does, and there's no patterns to it. But just know that when it touches here, that candle stops. Okay, now start figuring out why. Okay, so here on our 1 minute we have a high time frame. I think this is my 15 minute. Yeah. So breakthrough here. Where would be a level that would be of reason? Let's go put on the 45 minutes, see what our reverse wave trend has to say. These are means. Okay, so we're fighting for like a mean. It's 6304. If this thing builds slowly, this will still carry on dropping. If it starts dropping into like the same level that matches up here, it'll be a lot easier to put in a top. Not put in a top, just put in a local high within regards to this the next three 45 minute candles. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was some knowledgeable stuff. A little bit floaty here. We significantly correlated to the upside. So yeah, see if some drifts and volatility Shannon get us through some clean price action here. Yeah, this, if it wants to be as FOMO as possible, it's going to get stopped here. If everything starts to correlate up, so this is a 5 minute, so we have an outlier event happening on our return oscillator. We are looking to cross up towards the mean. Obviously the trade is the most powerful at the mean, so we want to make sure that we can see what's going to carry this indicator directly to the mean, because if it does, it's obviously going to lift it up a lot more. So we have some volatility contraction. We have both our Pearson correlations pointing to the downside. So Shannon Entropy decreasing, okay, and we have a mean reversion on negative, a negative correlated mean reversion on a Pearson correlation, which means we have positive drift. Positive drift will either be cancelled in two ways. When this prints red, or this one, then we'll go a bit sideways, or when these turn around, then our market structure changes. Okay, so this was a good print to have. Let's see. So I'm gonna zoom in on this guy. We have a little bit of randomness. What's our... So we're looking for float. Shannon down. And negatively correlated. So volatility is contracting and Shannon's negatively correlated. This can confirm that we can shoot back into this level and again play and wick. Okay, so now we're becoming positively correlated with some contraction. Positively correlated. It's going to cause negative drift, which is still random because we are going two different directions over here. This flashes red, this crosses through, this pumps. Nearly 22 seconds. Pushing for mean reversion. It's a 5 minute thing. I really want to watch that. Okay. Now this is are we both going in the same direction? Both going in the same... No, we're not. We're going to go sideways. going up, back down. We want this to cross into the red and this to contract. For negative drift. We want this to go red, this to cross into red for pump, to support mean reversion. Now smoothed. Movie mode is so much better. Okay, they're still confused. Change in point, yeah. Okay, so this should still carry on contracting. And then this is gonna cross up. That's gonna cause a dump. A little one. But the same idea being is if this is on a daily, that's what you're looking for. It's gonna move just as accurately as this. There's no reason not to. Okay, so now this is coming in. If our next one contracts and this goes up, this dump continues. Mean reversion failed. Higher high, lower high, lower, higher, bearish div. Just on these two oscillators when they cross. Not yet though. Okay, last couple minutes, and then we will zoom up from here. The 3 seconds, this is what you look for. Okay, who's doing what? That's up, that's down. This needs to expand for this to carry on pumping. This needs to go red, or this one at least. Our smooth, our unsmooth, which is at 0. 0.2. This needs to go red. We're moving in the same direction. Yep, now this move will be confirmed. Let's see. Not pushing through. Getting overextended. Yeah. This, our next move, will be quite volatile, considering this thing just hit 0. So let's go looking around. So AP percentage differences between a whole bunch of SMAs that you can choose. Well, not SMAs, logarithmic scales. Okay, well, what's happened there? Not yet. Let's keep that zoomed in. Okay, so returns are starting to move to the upside. We've lost trend to the upside. This has exhausted itself in this region. Volatility contracting, positively correlated. Negative drift. Okay. movie mode, movie mode. Everybody and the node. Okay. There we go. That powerful move. Powerful move. Outlier event. Contraction. Sorry, let me redo that. Outlier event. Reverse fish on the 1 minute. Here's our mean. Have some contraction. These two guys are contracting, now positively correlated. Yeah, they're flashing. AAP's down, so it's starting to exhaust itself, but it doesn't mean that this is the point. But the oscillators, now let's just say is the hunt for bullish, hidden bull, hidden bear, between your oscillators. Okay, so we're pulling back in. Need that to expand. We go red. This to go up. Then it'll pump. This carries on going down. That carries on going up. Negative drift. Variance. Negatively correlated. If it goes green, this keeps on contracting. Okay. Low length is starting to show face here. Now it's going to go sideways. We have this one going down, this one going up. When they don't correlate, don't speak too soon. But when they don't correlate, you'll have like ridiculous price action. It's just throw it into. Is that to get it down? Is it enough to get both of them down? Is it enough to get both of them up? You know, and you'll more than likely find these throws happen very like not too trendy points, so that you can if you're trying to figure out when volatility is low and which direction it's going to go, and you have enough money to like move the market 0.10% and figure out, okay, cool, they're still going to go sideways, so this can still get chopped in even though we are having an outlier. Okay, they're still going sideways. Yep. Need these guys to do the same direction. If you want it to pump, you want them to both go up and this be red. If you want it to dump, you want them both to be down. But this will be a cool example of like volatility exhaustion. So this thing's just put itself into a sideways range. Okay. Volatility is at 0. Correlations on the high and lows, they're going in opposite directions. So this signals to me that there's a lot of confusion between the markets. So you got to figure out which one you have to put a weighting on. And I generally put a weighting on the smooth one. And then you can figure out what the shorter time frame algos will be doing with the raw data on the unsmoothed Pearson correlations. So this happens, it goes sideways. As soon as these guys start moving in the same direction, I know that, let's just say, the first two candle bodies that it's in, I know that we will be releasing from this direction. Then you'll start looking for, it's going sideways. When price action goes sideways, your math is going to be a lot easier to get back to 0, okay? With regards to, let's say, AVR, volatility radar. When it's going 0, it's going to be a lot easier to flatten when it's going sideways. So from there you can start to look for points at which it's wanting to expand from. So just given off of the possibilities of what I know with my tools, I've seen some blue flashes here. We've just released our blue flash, and because of these blue flashes and this one being released, it can still come on in this candle. But if it doesn't, now I know that there's our next blue flash, easy to put in. If it closed up here, it would be a lot harder to make this a blue flash. Still going sideways. So until these guys match up, so seeing as this is quite high, I'd expect this to go down and this. Now Shannon is going to expand from this point. Okay. What are we looking for? We need some positive drift. Okay. Otherwise the volatility is just going to make this bearish. Just by the way that the next coming moves will be. It's getting overextended. This guy needs to get to the mean. This is random. That's lifting. A whole bunch of HVP flashes going off. AVR flashes. Our trend hasn't changed just yet. Now it has. Okay. Up. This needs to get above that line for this to pump above here. Super scalp is trying to break through. Can they get it? Five minutes. Significant correlation, contraction. You're going sideways because you're not going in the same direction. Pretty much the same price action we were watching on the 1 minute. Okay, super scalper trying to break through. It's going to be quite hard to turn that around. Okay, so it's just started to expand. Oh, we're still contracting. Both need to go down for this contraction to work. But seeing as we're at 0, now this is going to expand. This is going to go down, and then we're going to be correlated to the downside. Reversion. Here's our first trend. Mean reversion, guys trying to get their shorts in. Here we are at the mean now. Pearson correlation. Okay, so we've broken through. It's like it's setting itself up for a trap. Okay, now the story's changed up a bit. We're going to be going sideways because we're not going the same direction just as yet. This is starting to trend to the upside. Now we can start trending to the upside if this turns around and that expands. Then we can break through here. You want this one to turn around, but it might drag out. It's looking a bit overextended. We've had a flash. So this is a serious point. 5 minutes. Mean reversion. Both trying to break through this region. And turn it around. Dump. Expand. The dump, yes. Volatility is contracting on the dump. Positively correlated. Need this one to speed up. Need them to go the same direction for this to stop pushing through. It's about here. Zeroed. Okay, so the raw indicator is obviously doing its job. It's contracting, and this is so these two are the ones that are correlated together. It's nice when you have some expansion to see these moves, but it all got flattened out. So we're pulling into this region. You're trying to change. There's your knuckle. weekly Laplace distribution level that we just left, that we will be returning back to. Okay, APP is flat. Whole bunch. Okay, 1, 2. That's expanding. This not so much far off. That's going to go random. That there. Oh, I think are we expanding now? Yes, to the downside. And turn around. Yeah. They're burying it. They are absolutely burying it. There. Better. So now this just needs to expand. Carry on being red. This needs to carry on going down. Go red, then really big dump. You ready? For movie mode. Ultimate movie mode. There you go. Ultimate movie mode. As if they turn both these things around with a yellow dildo. You turn now this one. This one must go the same direction. It's going sideways. If they're not going, these two must go match, expando, break this level. Matching up. Starting to expand. Okay, so judging with mean reversion, coming in here, above a level, price action could be helping that. Now we're going in the same there, so this is looking for it to fight. There you go. This red one needs to turn around. It's quite sensitive at the moment, but it'll take that red flash off if it turns around. Doesn't. There we go. Cool. Confirmed. Expands to the upside. It's got a mean reversion. AAP left. This is quite zeroed in. So like imagine your indicators are accurate enough to do this on a weekly, because these are accurate enough to do it on a 1 minute. Mean reversion. Okay, so it's quite a significant point, this region. Things we started to flash in here. So our first flash, so we're going to be fighting for these bodies. This first body, it's going to be very hydrophobic if it gets into the region. So we can get shorted, or it's just going to pump and try to sit just outside of one of these little wicks that's sitting above here. And we'll come in and sit in this region. And let's just show you how powerful all these dudes start correlating up. Okay, so this is the first little break to say, okay, returns are being pushed to the upside, but because we're not on the blue dot, we're not sort of trending just as yet. We're going to be trending in the blue dot, and so in a sense it's an outlier event. So there you go, sitting in the blue dot, expanding. Cool. So as I said, it will be in this region. It will be quite hydrophobic. There you go. Now imagine if I knew how to use my Fibonacci and I set them up on the 1 minute because I just knew what to use, where it's going to be hydrophobic, where its market points are. Was our latest flash. Okay, so all our flashes were in there, and our last flash was here. So the next place it doesn't want to be is anywhere near this candle. So if it comes in here, it either wants to close below, close above. So I hope this was a cool little market walkthrough. Yeah, we watched quite a bit happen. This is on the 1 minute. I prefer the 1 minute. You can 10x this. Still stuck in here. Contracting channels, contracting, moving into negative correlation, positive drift, outlier event. So you can still push through to the downside, but positive drift, helping this thing stay up here, at least on the 1 minute. Or at least defend that. With positive drift on the 10 minute. So yeah, I will leave you off with that. Perfect timing, perfect lining, significant turning around, flash off, returns down, third lower drive, and yeah, guess what happens next on 1 minute. Anyway, cheers guys, have a good evening. I hope you saw some cool stuff here. Yeah, I hope you put on 2.5x.